Welcome to another episode of Your Girl Lala's Kitchen. Tonight I'm making steamed chicken and white rice. So here I have my chicken that I'm gonna clean up, chop, and season. Okay, so now we're gonna turn our stove on because I'm getting ready to cook my stewed chicken. I'm gonna take the lid off because I want it to be nice and hot when I pour the oil in. Okay. So while I'm waiting for my frying pan to heat up, I'm gonna bring some water to boil to start my steamed rice. So I'm gonna let that water boil. I'm gonna bring it to a boil before I can add my seasoning and my rice. So here's my pot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's smoking up a little bit. So I'm gonna add some oil. So I'm gonna use some extra virgin olive oil. Not too much oil. In this oil, I'm just going to toss in my chopped up onions, garlic, and tomato. So while I'm waiting for this to saute a little bit, I'm going to just put a few grains of sea salt in my water for my rice. I'm not going to put too much salt in there. Now I'm just going to add in my chicken. Remember, this is stewed chicken. I think I originally said brown stew, but it's actually stewed chicken. Some water on here. So I'm using 2 teaspoons of chopped onion and 2 teaspoons garlic powder and 2 teaspoons of the Badia complete seasoning. So now you can see my powder seasoning on my chicken. I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce for color. I'm using this much because I'm not using any sodium other than what's inside the Badia seasoning. I'm not using any other sodium. So now I did add just a teaspoon or a half teaspoon of soy sauce. I'm sorry, not soy sauce, browning, just to give it a darker color. And I'm gonna cover my pot. I'm gonna let this boil. Come back and check on this in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So you might be asking why I'm over this section. I'm sure it's obvious. I'm coming to get something to put into my pot. And here, as you can see, it's a, let me see if I can get you a better picture. It's a hot pepper, Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper that I grow inside my house. some basil. Also, I'm going to put some of these basil leaves inside my rice. These are fresh herb growing on the inside of my house that I'm going to put into my pot. So this is my basil plant over here in the back. It's a little bit hidden. And over here I have some cilantro. Get some cilantro for my rice. And I've been using this cilantro since last year, and it's just whenever I pick them, they just grow right back. So cilantro, basil, and pepper. So I'm putting in a half stick of butter, my water, and my chopped up cilantro and basil leaves. I'm also going to go ahead and wash my rice and drop it in. Now once you put in your rice, you want to give it a good stir, and you want to turn your stove very low and just let it steam. So I'm going to put my stove in low. And let it steam. Taking a quick look at this, see how it's going. Guys, I've cut the Scotch bonnet pepper. You would not believe it. The smell is so awesome. It's so flavorful. It is so strong and smells so spicy. I'm afraid to even use it. The smell, it's unbelievable. I'm gonna drop it in my pot. I don't know if I should use this much, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Toss in my Scotch bonnet pepper and my fresh cilantros and basil, and I'm gonna stick a half stick of butter, which is the other half of that butter stick, in there. Let this cook some more. This is chicken breast, so it should not take that long to cook. Okay, so another 10 minutes and I'll come back and taste it to see if it's ready for my final step before I take it off. Okay, let's cover it up again for a bit. Okay guys, so I'm ready for my final step. So the water in my pot is drying out a little bit and I don't want it to burn, so I'm gonna add another half cup of water in there. My final step, I'm gonna add my corn syrup. Okay, I'm gonna add some corn syrup, about 2 teaspoons, maybe 3. That's it. Give this a little stir. Let it cook down for another 10 minutes and it should be done. up my rice a little bit. See my rice? Almost ready.
Is it meat?
Okay, so now I'm gonna check on my rice. So now I'm gonna check on my rice. The best way to do it is to use a fork, just to give it a little stir. So this way, all the rice grains are even and cooked. I'm gonna cover this back for maybe another 10 minutes or so, and it should be done. Okay guys, I believe my stew chicken is done. I'm gonna taste it. A little bit of gravy. My chicken is tender, very flavorful, a little bit sweet, not salty at all, and wow, that Scotch bonnet pepper gives it a great flavor.